Hey guys, I'm Axis here. So basically I'm going to review White Boy Rick, and I'm going to be nice, so I'm not going to really spoil much because I really want people to see this. And alright, let's get started.
Hey, come on, Dad! I can do this! And we can do this!
We can fix our lives and be a family again!
So based off my trailer review of White Boy Rick, I was pretty excited and intrigued with the story. It finally came out, and apparently it bombed with critics and audiences, and I actually saw it for myself, which leads me to say that White Boy Rick isn't a bad movie. In my eyes, it's beautiful. I don't understand why society pulled their pants down and shit on this movie. I mean, it has its problems, but I don't think it's a complete disaster that was pulled out of Sony's assholes as if it was made for out of thirst for money. There's actual movies that are made for some extra cash that people don't want to admit, and there's upcoming movies that support my point, but that's not the point of the conversation now. So let's get started on the review of White Boy Rick. Number 1, the story. White Boy Rick has a good, intriguing story that really pulled me in. It's basically a story that took place in the 80s about a young teen named Rick Jr., who's a street hustler, FBI informant, and a drug kingpin all before age 16. As the movie goes on, he starts becoming what America saw him as, the youngest, most dangerous hustler in the USA. As I watched it, I really was hooked on to Rick and the struggles he's facing. Like, the things he's faced is amazing, even though he's like just your average teenager. But it also goes for the other characters. They all felt real and relatable at times. Nothing felt forced in. People say there's stereotypical roles in this movie, which I disagree, because there's nothing stereotypical about this, which I'm not surprised, because, you know, society today just want to take everything so seriously because they're so sensitive, and they won't admit that nothing in this movie is really offensive, and they'll attack anything that's barely offensive. That's how stupid today is. The movie is well written, and so as its characters, which leads me to number 2, the characters. All these actors, talented actors, did a good job with their roles. None of them are bad. They're all very good. Most of them play their roles very well. Sony didn't really waste their time or waste their talent. I said before, characters felt real. In addition, they all grew through challenges. Rick's own father had to see his own son in jail in a life sentence, and don't worry, that's not a spoiler because it's in hypnosis, so calm your titties. This movie allows these characters to face these consequences that you probably wouldn't feel bad. Like, you wouldn't feel bad for them once you like what the things they've done based off the story of how it's like a crime movie. But like, if you watch the movie, you'll start connecting with them to a point where you feel like you feel bad for them. Especially at the ending for Rick, but I'm not going to spoil it, so you guys see it. I mean, it basically stars like a family, your average family. You got your blue-collar father that's pretty chopped and still has a skeleton in his closet. You got a whore sister who sleeps with plenty of men and does heavy drugs. A grandpa who loves his car more than you. You got a grandma who keeps stealing your crap. And you got a mom that abandoned you. It's your average family. So yeah, but overall, this movie has some great writing, great performances, good direction, and gorgeous cinematography. It's amazing. Like I said before, I encourage people to see this movie for themselves. I certainly liked it, and I know people rely on Rotten Tomatoes to see if the movie's good or not, even though most of the critics on that little website were talking out of their ass. They literally had their head in their ass. I don't know what they were talking about. They were just shitting on this movie like it was nothing. I found it beautiful, which leads me to say how some critics are kind of stupid. But at the end of the day, it's a movie, but whatever. But like, if you have any other movies you want me to review or trailers, just comment in the section below and subscribe.